Hello and welcome to Rewatch Party, or should I call it GarfTalk? That's right, this is our recurring segment, GarfTalk, now recurring, where we discuss 2008's The Garfield Show.
The Garfield
I'm Harrison
Show.
Bloom.
The Garfield Show.
I'm Zach Horowitz.
And I'm Mark Green.
Mark told me to do that The Garfield Show bit, and I'm no bitch. I'm gonna do it.
Strong out of the gate. I just liked the rhythm of Harrison saying, The Garfield Show, and you going, The Garfield Show. And then that allows me to go, The Garfield Show.
Garfield Show.
There's something just pleasant to me about hearing it 3 times.
You see, dear listener, not only do we say it 3 times, but each one of us has our own little version of saying The Garfield Show.
The Garfield
Everyone
Show?
needs
The Garfield
their own
Show.
way of expressing the concept that is The Garfield Show.
But guys, why are we here today? We should just
To
come
discuss
out and say
Garfield.
it. We've looked at our metrics, and somehow, of
Yeah.
our 76 episodes about Fuller House, a bunch of filler episodes about other shows, 12 episodes about iCarly, I believe, and an interview with one of the actors from Fuller House.
Shout out to Michael Campion.
Shout out to Michael Campion, friend of the show.
Yes.
Our most listened to episode is our one episode about The Garfield Show.
Yes.
So here we are,
Once again.
talking about The Garfield Show.
So,
You motherfuckers brought this on yourself.
I'd also like to point out our criteria for choosing which episode we were going to do
Yes,
today.
please do.
So the last time we did the Garfield Show, we were just like, oh, let's do a random episode as like a one-off. We'll find like the highest rated on like IMDb or something like that. And so
Yeah.
now that we're coming back, we figured we'd find the lowest ranked episode on IMDb and do that. So that's how we got to this point.
Here is how we got King Nermal and Desperately Seeking Pookie.
Yes. These air in 2 11-minute blocks. Those are the episodes we watched. And guys, can I just say out of the gate, the lowest rated episode of the series, kind of worse than the highest rated episode of the series.
Yeah, I don't know what we were expecting.
Yeah.
I think what we were expecting was if the best episode of the show was insane as it was, surely this must be like a work of art in terms of insanity. And it's kind of not.
Yeah.
Because if you haven't listened to our episode about the Garfield Show, and I don't know if there's
fucking
anyone
crazy.
who hasn't, because it's our most listened to episode, again.
I think it's by
It's
like quite
crazy.
a large margin too, as of right now.
Large margin.
Yeah. The first half of that episode involves like an unfrozen caveman and following him through the city. And then like the caveman falls in love with this lonely woman. And the second involves a robotic dog catcher who talks like Arnold Schwarzenegger hunting down Garfield. And we'll get into it, but a quick rundown of these episodes. Nermal stays over and he's real annoying. and Garfield loses his stuffed animal Pookie.
Sorry, before we go on, I did want to say I did pull up the statistics as of right now, the day we are recording this. The Garfield Show is our most watched episode by like almost 100 plays.
Oh my God.
Did we just hit the algorithm where a lot of people thinking about Garfield?
People
That's my
are really into
I guess
Garfield.
we're gonna find out today.
There was a very large spike on specifically June 27th, 2022.
That was not long ago.
Yeah, that was not long ago from when we're recording this.
Shit,
That was
really?
like, as of recording, that was like a week ago.
There are a couple peaks, but the biggest one is that I'm seeing, at least from like a while ago, is June 27th. From the last 30 days, all time. I'll look at all time. Yeah, that is the biggest peak of.
That is the biggest peak?
Our most popular Garfield Show day was June 27th, 2022, as of recording.
Can I just ask, guys?
Yes.
Did you guys, knowing that we were about to record the Garfield Show, just like listen to it a bunch of times to refamiliarize yourself with it? Like, is this us?
Nah. No, I honestly completely forgot the plots of the Garfield episodes that we watched.
Confession, I re-listened to that episode like 50 times this weekend.
Oh, so that was you.
It might be me.
No, it's just
Yeah,
all
it might
you.
be you, because I stayed away from it, but I had it in my to-do list. I just didn't get around to it, you know.
Meanwhile, I am very unprofessional and did not even think about possibly re-listening to the episode.
It was a joke. I didn't re-listen to the episode. I just have a
Yeah, I
weird
know.
memory where I could recall the plots of both of us.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, look
yeah.
at you.
I am happy you did, because I was going to like have to struggle to think of what we watched. Yeah.
This is not a blessing. This is a curse. I remember the Garfield Show.
This is my blessing. This is my curse. I am the Garfield Show watcher.
I do want to say, we say these episodes are a little boring, a little less crazy than the other episodes. I will say this episode does start out subtly crazy because there is a ring at the doorbell and Garfield goes to open the front door and says, "Oh man, the pizza I ordered is already here."
Mhm.
Garfield's a cat. Garfield is a cat. And I think this was made before like DoorDash and Grubhub. So Garfield called someone on the phone
Yeah. Wait.
and ordered a pizza.
And it's never entirely clear in this show. You brought this up, Mark. It's
Yeah.
never entirely clear whether or not John can actually understand the cats.
Yeah, I don't
Like-
think he can. John
Yeah,
never
he never responds. Yeah.
he never directly responds to anything Garfield says. So there is the question of so in my mind, humans can't understand Garfield. He is a cat.
Mhm.
But how
Yeah.
did he order a pizza? And by the way, corollary to that, why is a cat answering the front door? John, this is your house.
How does Garfield answer the front door again? Does he like jump up to the
He
doorknob?
just opens the door.
Okay.
But guys, bad news. We can put that all away.
Bad news,
Yeah.
guys. It's not actually a pizza.
It's not a pizza.
It's not a pizza. It's Nermal.
It's Nermal.
Remember Nermal, everybody's favorite Garfield character?
You know Nermal from the title of this episode, King Nermal?
Gee, I wonder what Nermal's gonna do in this episode.
I never entirely understood Nermal's deal. Like, is he supposed to be a villain? Is he just the victim of Garfield's prejudice because he's so cute? In this, he's the villain.
Yeah, I think my knowledge of it is, I mean, like, Garfield arguably is that I'm not a big Garfield expert, I have
Yeah.
to say. I've seen some episodes of this as a kid, and I'm culturally familiar with Garfield. I haven't like read a lot of the comic strips. I haven't watched any of Garfield and Friends, the old TV show. I haven't seen the Bill Murray movie. But
Me neither. I barely know anything.
to my understanding, Garfield is kind of an asshole. Garfield is arguably the antagonist.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, if I may hop in
Yeah.
my own theory.
You are Zach, of course, being our Garfield expert.
Yes, unlike
Yes.
Mark, I am a Garfield expert.
He has a
I
degree in
meticulously-
Garfield studies from Cornell.
Yeah, I've been
Yes.
reading every Garfield strip since like I was in the womb. My parents read me Garfield. And my understanding of it is basically like Nermal is just kind of this rival character. Like he's Garfield's Wario, you might say.
He's Garfield's
It's like
Wario.
but they
makes
couldn't
sense.
call him like Wa Garfield.
Yeah.
Or is Nermal Mario and Garfield is Wario?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, Harrison. It's weird because Garfield is the protagonist of the Garfield universe, but Nermal is the cute one, and Garfield is the disgusting monster man. So Garfield is really the Wario
Yeah, I was gonna
to
say
Nermal's
Garfield is Wa
Mario.
Yeah.
Nermal.
Garfield
and
is
that
Wa
means
Nermal.
Odie. Oh,
Wa
and either
Nermal.
way, it makes sense that Odie is Luigi. Yeah, just
Yeah, Odie
Yeah.
is Luigi.
Yeah.
yeah.
Glad we have that sorted out. Anyway, the episode continues to be very weird to me. It
Yes.
shows a lot of promise at the beginning because Nermal is here And John walks up and he's like, guys, Nermal's here. And he says, Nermal's master is out of town, so he's going to stay with us for the next 10 days.
Who uses the word master in 2022?
I understand, like, with an
2008
animal,
even.
with a pet,
2008,
like, pets
yeah,
have masters. But as Tyler pointed out, what's his name?
Yeah.
Why is John saying that?
Yeah.
Nermal's master would have a name. Why isn't it, David's
that
out of
name,
town?
Well, Mark, what if that name is Nermal's master?
Nermal's master.
Nermal was so cute that Dave had it changed.
Yeah, Dave had his name legally
You
changed.
know what? It is Dave Seville from Alvin and the Chipmunks. He also owns Nermal.
Or is his name Nermal's master, and then he bought a cat and named it Nermal to make his own name
Mark,
make sense?
if I may say, or Ian Hawke, also from Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, Ian Hawke.
His owner is played by
David
one
Cross's
and only
character.
David Cross.
David
Yes.
Cross is Nermal's master.
For some reason, I did not. For some reason, the name escaped me for a second. Thank
But
you, Mark.
here's the thing. This question sent us on a bit of a rabbit hole because we started trying to look that up. Because I had in my mind,
Yeah.
I was like, no one could find out what Nermal's master's name was, and no one was allowed to like invent a name.
Yeah.
Or did anyone like go to Jim Davis and was like, Jim, what's Nermal's master's name? And Jim is like, that's the big secret of Garfield. Once I reveal that, all the magic is gone. Get out of my office. That's what I assume Jim Davis sounds
That's
like.
when you can
Yeah,
like
of
assume that
course.
Garfield has jumped the shark. Is when
Yeah.
we find out who owns Nermal.
Yep. There are some things that just were never meant to find out. And that's Nermal's master's name is one of them. But we looked it up. And apparently one time, possibly in Nermal's first appearance, it is mentioned that Nermal is owned by John's parents.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't seem like the case, especially if
No.
John, I don't think anyone would refer to their parents as this cat's master.
Yeah, like, do you
Yeah.
think that, like, basically, I'm trying to think of, like, I mean, if we're all right, I'm just gonna go back to Mario and Luigi. Do you think Mario refers to his mom as Luigi's master?
No, I think he calls her Mrs. Mario,
Mrs. Mario.
Mario.
which
Yeah,
is
of course.
also very weird not to get on a tangent.
Mario.
Mama Mario.
That's right.
Anyway.
Mama Mario.
We can't, this isn't a Mario episode. This is a Garfield episode. But to circle back to that question, is Nermal Garfield's Waluigi? Is Nermal a villain? We also found on one of the wikis, it says that Nermal has only been portrayed explicitly as a villain one time when he starves Garfield.
What the hell does that even mean? He's a cat.
I feel like that's pretty straightforward, Harrison. I feel like saying Nermal starves Garfield is
But,
pretty
like, what does
straightforward.
he do? Does he like lock him up in a basement?
He does
and,
not
like-
give him
No,
food.
yeah. In my mind. So Garfield is on a slab. His hands are chained above his head. His feet are
Yeah,
chained.
he's like in a dungeon.
He's in a pit. There's a pendulum swinging above him, and it gets closer and closer.
Yes, yes.
It's like a real life saw trap.
It's like a real,
Yeah.
or the pit and the pendulum, which is what I was
Edgar Allan
referencing.
Poe.
Oh.
Yeah.
Edgar Allan Poe invented Saw. Zach.
Yeah.
He did.
Edgar Allan Poe
He
is the
did invent Saw.
screenwriter of Saw.
Yeah, Edgar Allan Poe.
You can look that up. That's real.
Yeah.
No, it's real. And Saw once did a pit and a pendulum.
Yeah, he wrote a spec script. And years later, they found it and they were like, this is pretty good. Why hasn't anyone made this?
And then someone added like the creepy puppet man.
Yeah, someone was like, yeah, the only flaw was there wasn't a puppet in it.
Yeah.
Right.
All great horror movies need a puppet.
Can you tell that this episode wasn't very interesting, so we're talking about anything else?
We're talking about anything else that's like somewhat Garfield related.
Yeah. Okay, to put us back on, I have one more Nermal fact that we learned from the wikis that I think I
Nermal
need to
facts.
share. Nermal facts. This is our segment, Nermal facts. Nermal has had cosmetic surgery.
What cosmetic? Oh, okay, yeah. Actually, because we saw the strip that this comes from,
Yeah.
and Garfield asks, "Have you had cosmetic surgery?" Nermal says, "See this eyelash? That's real." So he had one perfect eyelash,
Yeah.
and everything else needed to be cosmetically altered.
Question. Are there specific cat plastic surgeons.
I feel like there's gotta be.
You
I
know,
feel like there's gotta be like one. There's gotta be like
Yeah,
one
probably.
really crazy plastic surgeon who operates only on cats because like his medical license was taken away for humans.
Well, no, because like there's veterinarians.
Yeah, they're veterinarians. Yeah.
And like plastic surgery is a particular discipline, so yeah, there probably are like veterinarian
true.
plastic surgeons.
Yeah. They probably needed to, because like what I'm imagining is someone takes their cat to a cat plastic surgeon and is like, my cat is ugly as fuck. What can you do about it?
Make this cat pretty.
Make this cat pretty. My
Yeah, I
cat
wonder
looks
if
like
you can do
Garfield.
that.
I want him to look like Nermal.
Give this cat big titties.
But I mean, it's probably like medically necessary cosmetic
Yeah,
surgery.
like I've been to a plastic surgeon. It's
Yeah.
not because I needed Botox. It's
Yeah.
because I like had an injury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An injured cat. But I do think Nermal's master, whoever they are, was like, I
Yeah.
want this cat is ugly as fuck. I want it to be cute.
I need this cat to have fake tits and Botox.
Anyway, yeah, Nermal's staying with them for 10 days. And it's already becoming a problem because we cut over to Garfield watching some cop drama or procedural. There's like romantic music and there's this like female cop. And to me, it seemed like a drama where she's like in love with her captain or something and it's a torrid affair. But then later she says like, I just want to know who the suspect is. And again, the tone reads very romance to me, but it's like, is this just a procedural? Maybe it's a really horny procedural.
It's like a
horny.
telenovela about a cop.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like to me. It didn't look like it, but
And look,
it kind of sounded like it.
I'm at this point, like, I'm against copaganda, portraying cops this way. I'd watch a telenovela about a cop.
Yeah.
I'd watch that.
Yeah.
But Nermal wants to watch ice skating.
Oh no,
Yeah.
ice
Yep.
skating.
What an annoying dilemma.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anything but that.
So Garfield throws him out of the house.
And then Nermal decides to fake a leg injury because
Yep.
we're doing that storyline.
Yeah.
Um,
We technically
yeah.
don't find out it's fake just yet, but it's fake. Everyone knows it's fake.
I mean, he says, "Oh no, my delicate poor leg. It's
Yeah.
fake." Yeah.
No, I know, but
Yeah.
that's also, I think, how
Yeah.
Nermal talks.
That's true. Yeah, that is true.
He will say, my delicate, cute little leg.
My delicate, cute little leg. Oh,
It's broken.
Harrison, that was good. That was a
Thank you.
really good
Thank
Nermal.
You're very good, Harrison.
Thank you, Mark.
We don't
I'm
tell
very
you this
happy with my
enough,
Nermal.
but we really appreciate that was really good, and I really appreciate your friendship.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
But yeah,
Yay,
Nermal
friendship.
says he sprained his leg. John is angry at Garfield, and so now Nermal's being pampered, and John won't give Garfield lasagna because he's being mean to Nermal. Garfield's being
Oh
punished.
no!
Garfield doesn't deserve lasagna. You can't keep the lasagna away from
No.
Garfield.
And not to go off on too many tangents, but I do want to mention one thing about my notes.
Mm-hmm.
Oftentimes, just so I don't have to, so I can save space because I'm writing the character names a lot, I shorten character names to like a letter. I often shortened Garfield to GF.
GF.
So it looks like when I glance at my notes, Garfield is John's girlfriend. Just context clues. John won't give GF lasagna.
No!
John gives Nermal a little bell to ring to summon him. And then, yeah, we just get Nermal being very needy and not so much needy, but bossy. I do have a note because I just want to say Garfield does react very strongly at every single turn. Because I have a note, Nermal asks for a glass of water. Odie stops Garfield from murdering Nermal. Because that was the scene. Nermal asks for a glass of water. Garfield immediately like puts out his claws, starts growling and approaching Nermal, and Odie has to tackle him.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What is up with the cats in this episode? They're just insane.
Yeah.
There's so much violence.
Yeah, but Nermal's being the worst and being very demanding. Odie is giving him massages. Garfield is bringing him cookies. Nermal is insulting them the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
So they like, storm off to the kitchen, and Garfield, there's this big hilarious joke where Garfield says like, nothing will make me go back in there and take care of him. Nothing. And then John says, I just baked this lasagna to reward you guys for taking such good care of Nermal. And Garfield goes back in. Guys, I don't know if you knew this. And I'm not like the most familiar with Garfield lore.
Yeah.
I think Garfield likes lasagna.
Oh,
I
well,
think he does
as
too.
our resident Garfield expert,
He
I
brings
can
that up a
confirm
lot here.
He likes the lasagna.
He likes the lasagna?
Yes.
He likes the lasagna.
It's so weird because like he likes lasagna, but I wish I could put a finger on like something he hates. Like a day of the week. What's a day of the week that Garfield hates?
He seems like an anti-Wednesday kind of guy.
See, I was
but-
thinking
Thursday. Hump day's hard sometimes.
Something's
I was
hard.
thinking Thursday because it's like it feels like a Friday, but it's not Friday.
Yeah, that's true. Tyler, if you could like do some research, see if Garfield hates any day of the week in particular, that'd be great. Okay.
He really seems like an anti-Sunday kind of guy.
I think, yeah, because it's like, it's the end of the weekend. I hate it. Sunday's the worst because I'm just dreading the next day. Tyler says that he hates Leif Erikson Day. Wait a minute, guys. Leif Erikson Day. Leif Erikson Day fell on a... Leif Erikson Day, I think, fell on a Monday this year. Garfield hates Mondays.
He hates
that's
Mondays.
what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, genius.
We did it.
It was something I noticed but didn't say before we started recording. There wasn't any talk about how Garfield hates Mondays in this episode.
No,
Yeah,
and
none of it.
that's specifically why this is the lowest rated episode
Yeah.
on IMDb.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the quality of the
Nothing to do with the
episode.
quality of the episode, but it's like, Garfield didn't talk about Mondays. Bad episode.
Yep. Anyway, yeah, John. We find out Nermal is faking his injury. And he tells Garfield, I just really like this line. He tells Garfield, you can't prove anything. And he says it with like the tone of a really arch villain who is flaunting something to the hero, like, they'll never believe you. Run, Simba. You killed
Run.
Mufasa.
You have to live in the jungle now.
But it was you. They'll never believe you. Like,
That's right.
like, we've already said Nermal's gonna strap Garfield to a slab in a pit, but also I do think like Nermal's just gonna like murder Garfield's family in a grab for power. He's gonna murder Garfield's father and marry his mother.
Oh my god. He's gonna murder John and become king of the house.
Yeah, become king.
That's all that stands between you and being king of the house is just murder John Arbuckle.
Look, I don't have the time on my hands. I'm too busy like stamp collecting and skiing. Those are my two hobbies we're establishing right now. But if someone wants to write a long fanfic that's just Hamlet but with the Garfield characters, I'd read it.
I'd do it.
I'll read it. I'll read it and I'll give you notes. Harrison, you're gonna do it?
Sure. Garfield, I think, would make a good Hamlet because he's just about as useless.
Harrison, that is contractually
he does
binding.
about as little as Hamlet does.
This is legally binding. You do have to write it now.
There is a lot of ennui to Garfield.
Yeah, a lot of ennui.
Yep.
I don't know exactly who would be the Ophelia character, but I think we could figure it out. Does Garfield have a girlfriend
on Mondays
character?
specifically. I don't.
I know
think
there's like
so.
a pink cat. There's like a pink cat.
John has a girlfriend character. That's Liz.
Yeah.
Maybe
Liz,
Liz's. I don't know if Garfield does. Any Garf heads listening, I'm sorry that we're not Garfield experts.
My only exposure to Garfield is the greatest gift I've ever received, which is a book of the Garfield minus Garfield comics, which is just Garfield comics with Garfield erased from them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very popular, very good. I do want to say about the Garfield Hates Mondays things. I've seen people point out, Garfield's a cat. Garfield doesn't have a job. Why would Garfield hate Mondays? And I've also seen someone respond,
hate Mondays?
why do Garfield hate Mondays? Now, I've seen one person respond, well, John probably has a job and goes to work. And so when John goes to work, he's gone. And so Garfield hates that day, which is very sweet.
Sad.
But here are two things that two holes in that. I believe John is supposed to be a cartoonist who works at home.
Oh, so that...
And two, I don't think Garfield seems to like John particularly.
I mean, he's John Arbuckle. There's not a lot to endear him.
Do you think like Monday is just like the day where John gets really experimental with his cooking? Like Monday's the day I try something new, so he doesn't make lasagna on Mondays?
Yeah, maybe like that's the day he makes like omelets or something. And Garfield hates omelets.
Yeah.
So they're like a healthy food.
If I know one thing about Garfield, it's that he hates omelets. I'm gonna make a knockoff Garfield character, and instead of liking lasagna, he's gonna hate omelets.
He hates omelets and likes Tuesdays.
Anyway, the episode, Nermal's making his injury. John stops Garfield and Odie from attacking him again. That's their solution pretty much anytime Nermal does anything. Like, what if we beat him up? They do a whole bit where, like, Nermal's jumping on the chair, and every time John looks behind him, Nermal stops doing it.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
Then we get to a pivotal scene, I'd say.
Yeah.
Nermal's chilling out in the living room. And from the kitchen, he overhears Garfield and Odie going, yum, 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 eating, rum, nom, 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 nom.
Yeah. Oh, this scene is so bad because we could not find out what the heck their plan is. Their plan is so bad.
Well, we do find out their plan, but it's really dumb.
It's really, it's terrible.
Because what I thought was going to happen was Garfield and Odie would make those noises. They'd lure Nermal into the kitchen. John would see that he can walk, and that's the plan. Expose Nermal. Instead, they lure Nermal into the kitchen. They beat him up. They stuff him in the trash. And then John comes in and is like, hey, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, they just straight up assault the cat. Why?
Yeah.
And you don't even benefit from it.
And here's the other thing. This story is so full of cliches. It's entirely cliches. It's person is faking their injury, and our main characters have to take care of a sick person, and it's really annoying. Sick person is faking their sickness. And then, so the cliche thing to do, which is the thing that works dramatically, I say cliche, but also like, yeah, it works, is expose the person, but instead they just beat him up.
Yeah.
Why did they have to lure him into the kitchen to do that?
I don't know. What was the point?
Yeah. Anyway, John finds them. It's really dumb. He throws Garfield and Odie out of the house, which isn't much of a problem because then they just sneak back in. They use wire cutters to, again, you'd think, new plan, expose Nermal, because then John will be angry at Nermal. But instead they use wire cutters to clip the bell so he can't call for help.
Okay.
And then they chase him through the house. This is part of what I say when I say, like, I think Garfield is the villain. Because regardless of, like, Nermal's not doing cool shit here. But Garfield literally prevents him from calling for help and then chases him through the house to assault him.
Yeah, like, just the plan is just keep beating him up, I guess, until he leaves.
Yep. But instead, Nermal runs into John. And I did appreciate, I thought it was a little funny that instead of the scene of like, Nermal, you were faking this whole time, John sees Nermal walking and he goes, oh, Nermal, you're healed.
Yeah.
You're healed, little guy.
Because now he just doesn't have the bandage.
Yeah.
So, okay. Yeah.
But Garfield and Odie both fall down the stairs. And they're then in full body casts. And again, I thought the button was going to be Garfield and Odie fall down the stairs. They are injured now, and Nermal has to take care of them.
Yeah.
But
no!
Yeah, it's just kind of a bad ending.
Yeah, instead they're in full body casts, and John is like, I bet you guys wish you could eat this tasty lasagna, but Liz says you can't use your jaws for another 3 months.
And by
God.
the way, I brought you a friend. It's Nermal.
He's staying here to make you feel better.
Yeah.
And that's how it
What
ends.
a terrible ending.
I thought there was going to be a reversal and a comeuppance, and that would have been funny and gratifying. But instead, it's just Garfield taking L's.
Full on.
There was no reversal.
And Nermal being a psychopath. And Garfield with his lust for blood. And that's never going to be quenched.
For blood.
Yeah. If I know anything about Garfield, it's that he hates omelets. It's that he hates omelets.
He hates omelets.
It's that he hates omelets and he's always out for blood.
He's always out for
I just want to know where the omelet thing came from, man.
Do you not remember us making that joke earlier?
Oh.
Yeah.
It was a callback.
Remember?
Go on.
Yeah. I
think what we're finding out is Zach doesn't listen to anything we say.
No. We hate Mondays because Monday is omelet day. Because John makes omelets that day.
Oh. That would make sense.
And here's the thing. We're about to move on to the second story. I don't know which one I prefer. I like the craziness of Garfield ordered a pizza, and who the fuck owns Nermal? On its face, the next one has some crazier elements.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't have any of those what the fuck moments.
Yeah, there is a robot, which I think we were excited for. Because
there is a robot.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Why are there so many robots in this show?
We'll get to it, but let's just say this story begins, as many Garfield stories do, with lasagna.
Yay!
John has made lasagna, and he calls for Garfield, dinner time. Garfield brings his best friend, his stuffed teddy bear Pookie, but John slips and falls and gets lasagna all over Pookie.
Yeah, this lasagna, by the way, like when it isn't splattered everywhere, when it's just like a whole piece of lasagna, it looks weird.
Yeah.
Right? Like it has like the filling is red. It's not covered in sauce. It is sauce. It looks like a deep dish pizza or a cherry pie.
Yeah. You could definitely sell that to me as a cherry pie. You could say that's a cherry pie. What I mean by that is I don't mean if you were like in front of me and you're like, buy this delicious cherry pie and you give me a slice of lasagna. I wouldn't be like, yum, yum, yum. I love this. Ooh, cherries. That meaty cherry taste.
That meaty cherry taste.
I'm saying you could show me this animation asset and tell me it's cherry pie.
Yeah.
I would not buy a lasagna if you call it cherry pie. I've learned my lesson. You're not going to fool me again.
Lesson.
Yeah. Look, that's not going to work on me 5 times.
The first 4 times, yes. You did buy a cherry pie expecting it to be a lasagna.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, shame on the both of us. Fool me 4 times, maybe I just wanted lasagna. Maybe I was just in a lasagna mood and I humored you because I know how much this means to you.
That's right.
But you're not going to get me 5 times.
5 times? No. Get that shit out of here.
Yeah.
Anyway, they washed Pookie.
They washed Pookie. Yeah, and he needs to hang dry overnight. And Pookie gets stolen.
No!
Yeah. We are so like bored with the plot of this episode. It's like Pookie gets stolen. I don't know.
He
I don't give a
stolen
fuck.
by some chihuahua. He talks in a weird accent, and Garfield's got to get him back. But first, John gives Garfield new toys because Pookie's gone, and it's like a panda bear, like a toy that looks like Nermal, which is definitely out, and a robot bear.
We are skipping over something very important, which is that Garfield sees that Pookie's gone. He's freaking out. He's trying to look everywhere. The first place he looks, again, the first place is inside Odie.
Yes. Wait, that is important.
And he pries Odie's jaws open, sticks about 50% of his body down Odie's throat.
Odie straight up vores him.
Odie vores Garfield, and
he also comes back out with a bone.
Yeah.
Like Odie in this episode specifically, in this like half,
yeah.
definitely is like the epitome of no thoughts, only vibes.
Yeah. I think that's Odie most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is Odie our himbo?
We love our
definitely
good
a
sweet
himbo.
doggy.
Yeah, because you see, John is dumb, but he's not hot. Odie is hot.
Odie's hot.
There's something about him.
Is it the fact that he's a dog?
Also, he definitely drinks his respect women juice.
Yeah.
He drinks.
Mm-hmm.
Odie respects women. There's something in
Yeah.
his vibe. But yeah, Garfield gets vored by Odie, and it's a funny image. I like the cartooniness of it, but I don't like it.
No.
I don't like it.
Fair enough.
But yeah, he finds a bone, which does beg the question, did Odie swallow a whole bone? Or is that part of Odie's skeleton?
Yeah, I was gonna say, either the bone is lodged in there or Garfield just removed one of Odie's bones.
Yeah.
Either would make perfect sense to me.
Odie just like the rest of the episode walks with like a huge limp and one of his legs just being dragged.
Can I ask a favor, Harrison?
Yes.
You said either one makes sense to you. Can you run me through how either one makes sense to you?
Well, I mean, so clearly these animals have bottomless stomachs. So the idea that like inside Odie, there's just like a TARDIS where you can just stick immense amounts of bones in there.
And inside
has a certain
Garfield
logic to me.
And inside Garfield is a pile of undigested lasagnas.
It's just a lot of lasagna.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Run me through the other one.
It's like Kirby.
It's just inside of Odie is a pocket dimension.
And you know what? Odie has lived his entire life with 50% of the brain mass needed for a dog to live. Mm-hmm. So you know what? I think he can lose a bone or two and be fine.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what they say.
You know what they say? If you're stupid,
bones.
You don't deserve bones.
You know what they say about bones? They're just like kidneys. If you lose one, you're probably fine.
I didn't say he didn't deserve to have bones.
I know.
I said he could lose a bone.
I know.
Yeah, he could yeah, you know, if it's as long as it's not like an important bone, you know.
Can I provide a counter argument?
Okay.
Yes.
If he doesn't have the brain mass to function, doesn't his the rest of his body become very important? He does not have a mind to make up for his physical deficiencies.
He can. He's all spirit, you know. His mind and body don't matter. It's Odie's soul. That
Here's my argument, and to take Harrison's side. I mean, there are like people who don't have like a leg or an arm or something like that. Yeah. That's multiple bones that they're missing.
No.
That's true.
I know. But like, are they also too stupid to live?
No. But
I'm
Odie,
saying
I can't speak for all of these people, but I'm gonna assume no.
No, I know. Like Odie without a bone, he's differently abled. I was actually going to make a joke about Odie competing in the Paralympics.
Yes, he should.
But like, and I don't mean, by the way, I don't mean to disrespect disabled people if any of this bit is unintentionally doing that.
No, this is the Garfield Show. It doesn't deserve to be offensive.
It's the Garfield Show.
It doesn't
I'm
deserve
just
to
saying,
be offensive.
I'm just saying, like, if all that's keeping him alive is his body, he doesn't have the mind to think through any problems.
Yeah.
I feel like he's got to have as many tools as
he just relies on his pure strength and all of the bones in his body.
Yeah. He's a himbo. Yeah. You know what they say? Himbos are all strength and bones.
They all get their power from their bones. Have you ever seen a himbo without a leg? Because then he wouldn't be a himbo anymore. Again,
apologies to all the himbos that don't have
I don't
legs.
want to be offensive towards disabled people. If you are disabled, you can still be a himbo.
If you're disabled and listening to this, know that we are not talking about real disabled people, just stupid cartoon dogs.
We're talking about Odie, a cartoon. Yeah, he's a
we're talking
cartoon.
about
He's
Odie
fine.
from
That's the
Garfield.
real reason he can live without a bone. It's because he's a cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, also about Odie, we noticed Odie's kind of thick.
He is kind of thick.
He is a himbo. We've
He's got a
established
nice
this.
ass.
We see
That
his butt,
that
and it's
cartoon
pretty
dog.
nice.
That cartoon dog. He's got a thick
Got
ass.
a nice cartoon butt.
That
Yep.
cartoon dog double cheeked up on a Monday.
Maybe the reason Garfield hates Mondays is because Monday is leg day, and Odie loves
and
leg
Odie's
day.
already so thick.
And Garfield is jealous.
And is
because
that why
Odie's so
Garfield took
thick.
one of his leg bones?
It's because Garfield's ass is garbage, but Odie has a tight little butt.
Because he remembers leg day. Yes.
Odie gets all the bitches, and by bitches I mean female dogs.
By the way, I don't know why saying Odie vores Garfield disturbs me so, but saying
No,
Odie
it
has
should.
a tight little butt is okay.
What's you see, vor is kind of
Yeah.
its own thing.
True.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, John buys Garfield a bunch of replacement toys. One is like a stuffed panda. One is a stuffed cat that looks like Nermal. So obviously it's out. And then the
Robot
third is
bear.
a robot bear.
Robot bear.
That takes like voice commands or
Yeah.
something. But then it just decides to start beating up Garfield.
Yeah.
Like it
Yeah.
just starts like throwing him around the room.
It
and,
goes
like,
out of control. Here's what I think is the most batshit part of, or actually, no, it's not. It's not the most batshit part of the episode. But the bear starts going haywire and like dragging Garfield all over the room. And it
Yeah.
runs along the walls and drags Garfield along the walls, defying gravity.
This is a what the fuck moment if
For
I
sure.
ever saw one.
Yeah, it's a what the fuck moment. I just also, not to spoil it, but Garfield's ultimate plan to get Pookie back, I think is also pretty what the fuck.
yeah.
This is maybe more what the fuck in like
You know
how
what?
is the bear violating physics? But there is a moment later where I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah. The Garfield show kind of does that to you sometimes.
Yeah. It takes a
It just
wild
be like
left turn.
that.
We should also say about the robot bear, if I'm remembering right from the research we did before, this portion of the episode was written by the same person who wrote the portion of the other episode we watched
Yeah.
about the robot dog catcher. This one writer just has a fixation on robots, I guess.
He loves his robots. He was like, Garfield's great, but
Yeah.
what's the one thing missing from Garfield? Robots.
Yeah.
Robot. Oh my god.
But so Odie shows Garfield that this Chihuahua has Pookie. Garfield demands it back. Then we just see Garfield being launched over a fence. Garfield disguises himself as a bush and goes to get Pookie, and he's launched into a trash can. Garfield gets launched a lot this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then Garfield comes up with his master plan, which first he says, I need a dress. And so he sneaks up on a little girl and her mother, and he steals the dress from the little girl's doll. I was very worried he was going to steal a little girl's clothing.
Oh god.
Yeah, well, there was also hold on. I think
Yeah.
because it wasn't like you didn't see the doll at the beginning. It was a woman
No.
and her daughter, and the daughter was pushing
Pushing
a
a
stroller.
stroller. Yeah.
And you would assume there would be a baby inside,
Yes.
but it's not a baby. She's pushing her doll around in this weird
Yeah.
baby-sized
Yeah.
stroller.
I thought Garfield was going to commit a crime.
Yeah.
And I guess theft is a crime.
Trespassing on private
Yeah.
property.
Trespassing on private property. Garfield is a criminal. Let's just say it.
Yeah.
Garfield is a criminal,
Garfield
and he
is a
should be
criminal.
in jail. I'm not usually down for like harsh carceral solutions. I don't think that's the best way to deal with our society's problems, but Garfield belongs in jail.
Yeah. Garfield is a menace to society.
He beat up Nermal multiple times last episode.
That's assault.
So-
yeah.
But Garfield, what's not a crime but is profoundly weird, is Garfield dresses up the robot bear in the dress and the wig. By the way, like, we should be so much angrier at Robot Bear, but at this point I'm like, fuck it. The other one had like a full T-1000.
Yeah, we're just so used to the craziness of this show.
He dresses up the bear in a dress and a wig. And I don't know, like, it doesn't quite make sense, but I've seen enough cartoons to be like, I guess he's gonna like seduce the Chihuahua away from Pookie. But instead, he has the robot walk up to the Chihuahua and then through the microphone goes, "What are you doing with my child? That's my baby child. Give him back. What are you doing? I am its mother."
That is my baby. You should go back to the nice Garfield fellow.
Yep. Weird. Just so weird. Where's the 1-2? Especially Garfield was like, "I've got a perfect plan. I just need a dress."
I think there's also something to be said about what happens after, which is the Chihuahua has a very sad backstory where he does not have any friends.
Yeah, the Chihuahua does not fight it. The Chihuahua goes, "Oh, I didn't know I was taking away your baby. I just wanted company because I don't have any friends. And I was just excited to have a friend finally."
Even though he stole him.
Yeah, he stole him.
He could have just made friends with Garfield.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. And also, like, I feel like in a show that's maybe geared towards like younger children or geared to have more of a like story or a message, like Garfield and Odie would have been his friends. But of course the thing is they give the dog the unused toys, which is also what I thought. I actually
that's what I thought.
And that's also cute. It just rings a little hollow when Garfield and Odie are alive.
I mean, I will say, I don't mean to sound like such a great, like when we were watching it, I said, give him the robot bear. He can have a friend. Give him the bear. And I think like one of you guys said like, they should be his friends. And I sort of went, right. Am I an asshole saying give him the other toys because he wants a toy?
I thought they were going to give him the toys.
I'm the asshole because I thought what they were going to do was let him have Pookie and then he'd like go into his doghouse and like start wringing his hands and be like, "Mwahaha! Now I have Pookie forever." But they didn't do that. They went with the cute ending.
Yeah. It's cute. Now he has 3 friends. He's having a little tea party.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. I won't even get into where did the dog get the tea set. I guess he stole it. There's a lot of theft from pets.
Yeah.
Garfield steals a little girl's doll. The Chihuahua steals Pookie. Pets are thieves. They're little thieves.
Pets are menaces to society. But, you know, no one may be a bigger menace to society than the sad boy of the week.
Hey,
oh,
baby!
I'm back, baby. Let's fucking go. Tyler put in some like air horns and shit. Oh, baby, I'm back. Let's fucking go. Anyway, I think sad boy of the week for all the Garfield Show episodes, unless you have anything else, I feel like, I mean, no one was really all that sad, but I feel like it just kind of has to go to John Arbuckle by default.
Like it feels like John by default. I feel like there are characters who actually are sad. I feel like Garfield's maybe a bit of a sad boy in the first one.
Yeah.
You know, having to care over Nermal and being thwarted at every turn, not getting to watch his weird telenovela.
Yeah.
And I feel like maybe the Chihuahua is a little sad in the second one. I will say, in the first one, we still get the very good thing of like, John takes care of Nermal fully not knowing, or seemingly not knowing Nermal's owner's name.
Yeah.
John does talk to his pets as if they are real people and like cooks them lasagna and things.
And John is the reason why Pookie gets messy and therefore
I just had a headcanon. I just had a thought. What if like John met Nermal's master and then like got their number or something, but then like didn't remember their name, so he just put in their contact info as Nermal's
It's
owner
just
or
been
something.
like that
and
for
so
like
this whole time
years.
he's just
like
forgotten.
I keep hoping that their name will come up in conversation, but it never does.
I just don't know what their name is.
That's
20
obviously
years.
what it is. They've been friends for 10 years, 20 years, and he's like, I just can't ask now.
It's gonna be really awkward.
So that's pretty good. That's pretty sad. I like that.
I like that a lot.
I will also, but and so there's that. He doesn't know Nermal's master's name and is too scared to ask at this point. It's unclear whether or not he thinks his pets are talking to him.
Yes.
I do
Yes.
also want to point out something that I think is very funny that's implied in the second episode, which is he gets Garfield these 3 toys and 2 are like normal pet toys. It's weird that one looks like a cat they know, but they're normal pet toys. And then the third is a state-of-the-art robot. So John went to the pet store and was looking at the toys and he's like, could be this one, could be this one. It's like, okay, like $10, $20, $500. I guess I'll get all 3.
yeah. You just got all 3 of them just in case.
I just like want to be there for his visit. Like, why get 2 normal ones and then a robot? I feel like either go all in with the robot or get 3 normal options.
Maybe he's like keeping ammunition just in case. Like, what if Garfield destroys one of the other toys? And he's like, well, I have this one now.
I guess it's also, I mean, I think it's like a thing where he just knows that Garfield is so high class that he won't accept anything that's not a high-tech robot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm just like, why get all 3? Why not just get the robot?
Sometimes Garfield just be like that.
But I do think if we're going to vote, I think the headcanon of John has known Nermal's owner for like 3 years.
Yeah.
Doesn't know his name and can't ask.
Yeah.
I have to
I
vote
love
John.
that idea.
I feel like I gotta vote John by default just every time we do Garfield, just kind of out of principle.
Yeah.
I'm down with it. John Arbuckle, winner number 2, Sad Boy of the Week.
John Quincy Arbuckle.
John Arbuckle.
The absolute king of the sad boys. Yeah.
Some say that John Arbuckle originated the word sad boy. The original sad boy, John Arbuckle.
I'd ask if that's true, but you're our Garfield expert, so
I am. John
have to
Arbuckle
trust
is the
you.
original sad boy.
Yeah. But I think that's it for us. Harrison, you want to take us home?
Absolutely. Let's take it all home. Thank you guys for listening to our episode of Garf Talk and the wider Rewatch Party podcast. If you'd like to follow us, please rate, review, subscribe. You can find us at Rewatch Party Pod on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And until next time, I'm Harrison Bloom.
I'm Zach Horowitz.
And I'm Mark Green.
And until next time, keep rewatching and remember the image of Garfield being bored by Odie.
Oh, I won't forget.
Just for the listener's sake, I think we conceived of that joke as I won't ever forget the image, and Harrison's commanding you to commit it to memory. I just want that to be clear.
Never forget.
End of the episode.
Never forget.
Fade out. Play the music.